Good evening. My name's Jason Baker, obviously. I'm coming to you from Burlington, Vermont. I'm using the space I'm using here as the headquarters of Big Heavy World, a nonprofit that's been preserving and promoting Vermont made music since 1996. And I want to thank them for the use of this space so I could do a late night in the spirit of the regular in person conferences, late night showcase. If hopefully some folks are up, hit me up in the comments. I'll check them some point in the show. I'm just going to play mostly songs that I've written, but we'll start with a song that I included on my last album, The Lighthouse. And also thank you to Folk Alliance for Folk Unlocked and for the Unlocked showcases. Appreciate that. So this show is about losing a loved one in the hospital without getting to say goodbye. And it's called the St. James Infirmary Blues. It was down in old Joe's barroom on the corner by the square. They were serving drinks as usual, and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood Big Joe McKennedy. His eyes were bloodshot red. He turned to the crowd around him, and these were the words he said. I went down to St. James Infirmary. I saw my sweetheart there, lying out on a table, so cold, so pale, so fair. I went to talk to her doctor. She's mighty low, he said. I turned back to see my baby, and great God, she was already dead. I let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, I could search this wide world over. I'll never find a better woman for me. Now when I die, please bury me in a high-top Stetson hat. Put a gold piece on my watch chain so the boys will know I died standing pat. Get 6 gamblers to carry my coffin, 6 chorus girls to sing my song. Put a jazz band on my tailgate to raise hell as we roll along. Yeah, this here's the end of my story. So let's have another round of booze. And if anybody should ask you, you just tell them I got the St. James Infirmary blues. That's the St. James Infirmary Blues, a song I included on my most recent album, The Lighthouse, recent solo album, that is. I have a more recent release of traditional folk songs with my mentor, Rik Palieri, who I want to thank for uh, appearing on my last album, Common Man Blues, the previous one to the Lighthouse, and for taking the time and to teach me folk songs and make arrangements with me and record an album. I'll be doing maybe some of that later, but for now, I'm going to play some stuff from the Lighthouse. All of the Lighthouse was written in April of last year and recorded and released by August, and it's all, for the most part, inspired by the changing conditions of our world. This is called When the World Shut Down. When the world shut down, we finally could see clear across the mountains and clear across the seas. See the whole world as it ought to be. See the future under lock and key. See a way to set the people free. That is what we found when the world shut down. When the world shut down, we finally could hear the beating of our hearts and notice thoughts appear. Hear the whole world thrown out of gear. Hear the big men being insincere. Hear the people overcoming fear. Yeah, that is what we found when the world shut down. This will be our only shot to live the life we all forgot. The flaws have been laid bare to see. Time to choose who you want to be. Who do you want to be? When the world shut down, we finally could feel what is phony and feel what is real. Feel the whole world's shoulder to the wheel. Feel the people living the ordeal. Feel that pain and find a way to heal. That is what we found when the world shut down. When the world shut down. The world shut down. When the world shut down. That's that song. I need a little more to drink. Another song inspired by the pandemic is this one called Everybody Has a Name. There's a sickness in the air. People dying everywhere. While the leaders played a waiting game. Everybody has a name. Everybody has a name. The plague is gone, the whole world round. 1 million people dead in the ground. Hear the pastor, fuel to the flames. Everybody has a name. Everybody has a name. always gonna be a reckoning day. Let the chips fall where they may. All the people know who to blame. Everybody has a name. Everybody has a name. Okay, I'm going to change instruments here for this next song. Switching from my lovely Kohler Ibanez with all the trimmings to this beat up old Yamaha I saved. Tuned in as tuning. I had to thank somebody else here. I got to thank Paul Urbana Jones, who a famous and busy man, I'm sure, who took the time to answer a Facebook message from me asking, "What tuning are you playing this song in?" And so he said, "Oh, here's the tuning. You gotta live with it and try it in different capos, different capos, so you get different textures and write a bunch of songs with it." And I took his advice. And here's a song from my that ended up on the Lighthouse that came out of that. It's called "We've Been Dark Ever Since." Oh, for those keeping a score at home, the tuning is just a little off of Dad Gad. It's a Dad Fad. It's a Dad Fad. F sharp G D on the top there. So D A D F sharp G D. If there's might be somebody who wants to know that. I hope somebody's watching. You know what? Let's take a test. Don't look for my code. Oh, no chats yet. All right. Hey, if you're watching, send me a message. Let me know. I'm gonna check it in a little bit, especially if you have a request or something. So anyway, this is called "We've Been Dark Ever Since." Blame it on the sickness, say that was the cause. Business was already dodgy, so we just closed our doors. We've been dark ever since. We've been dark ever since. We've been thinking about dead presidents. We've been dark ever since. It started well before that, when Tom got back from the war. The factories one by one fell silent. There were no jobs anymore. We've been dark ever since. We've been dark ever since. We've been thinking about dead presidents. We've been dark ever since. They shot the leaders of this country in the year that I was born. Then shot sanity back in '63. And to this day, this country mourns. We've been dark ever since. We've been dark ever since. We've been thinking about dead presidents. We've been dark. We've been dark. We've been dark ever since. Beautiful tuning. Thanks to Paul Urbana Jones for that tuning and helping me get that song off the ground. That's very nice of him. switch back to this other guitar. But no, I'm not going to just play this guitar. For our next trick, we're going to add our harmonica intro. No, folk style. It's working. It's in the correct direction. See, sometimes that's a problem. Oh, I forgot to introduce this song. This is called The Great Big Wide Open Divide. Well, this country is divided, and it's only getting worse. Everyone's decided, now we're all cursed, trapped in one position by what we don't know. No thought above suspicion for minds that will not grow. It's the great, big, wide, open divide, a gap so big, it's now a thing of pride. Yeah, it's the great, big, wide, open divide. It's them or us, you better pick a side. Oh, well, please forgive the redundancy. It's just how we all talk now. It's all part of the lunacy. Ignore the why and how. You think too much about it, it'll only cause you grief. Try to speak without it, suspend all your belief. It's the great, big, wide, open divide. The gap's so big, it's now a thing of pride. It's the great, big, wide, open divide. It's them or us, you better pick a side. Red or blue, black or white, rich or poor, me and you. All we ever do is fight. Fighting's all we ever do. And as we hurt each other, we're hurting our own hearts. As sisters and as brothers, we've never been so far apart. It's the great, big, wide, open divide. A gap so big, it's now a thing of pride. It's the great, big, wide, open divide. It's them or us, you better pick a side. It's the great, big, wide, open divide. A gap so big, it's now a thing of pride. Just look at it. Oh, wait, this keeps this on, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to stick with the harmonica for this next one. That song was from the album Common Man Blues, which was my second solo album, released in late 2019. This one is another one from the new album. Yeah, those other two were new. So this one was also a new one. Let's see if we can see if we can get through this one. Okay. This was inspired by a quote that was going around the internet from I'm going to get the name wrong. Sona Renee Taylor, I think, is the correct name. And it was about, essentially, we don't really want to go back to normal because normal was a bad thing. So this is a chance we've had. So I wrote a song called Normal Never Was. Normal is children starving to death, beaten or abused, everyone on meth, strung out and confused, brazen profiteering, celebrating greed, forests disappearing, destroying what we need. We can't go back to normal. We can't go back because normal isn't normal. Normal never was. Normal is everything depleted. Anything's fair game. Nature is mistreated, defiled in your name. We're digging up the dead to burn ourselves alive just to have some bread. We're killing to survive. We can't go back to normal. We can't go back because normal isn't normal, and normal never was. Normal is filling up on hate. Hate is all the rage. Hate is the whole debate. Hatred's on the stage. Hatred is the hallmark of gross inequity. We cannot return to the old normality. We can't go back to normal. We can't go back because normal isn't normal. Normal never was. Okay. I think we sort of made it through that one. Now, I'm going to keep. Now, for my next folk music track, I'm going to check my tuning and then capo up. Okay. All right. That's tiny but short. There we go. Uh-huh. Thank you very much for your patience, folks, while I tune. So that's because we care about your ears, as they say. And I'm going to capo up. This is another song from Common Man Blues. Again, my second solo album. This is called Right or Wrong. There's flooding in Japan, wildfires out in the west. The Prime Minister's in trouble. The nominee has been guessed. Blasphemy in the Philippines and assaulting back in power. There's questions about the borders. Hate is in full flower. This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? Until folks, if you can hear me, I don't know if my stream is working. So I'm gonna check it out. Please don't tell me I'm frozen. No, it's frozen. Son of a. No, you can hear me, but it's the okay. You know what, folks? I'm just gonna keep going with this stuck video. I'm gonna shut it off here though on this phone, so I don't hear it anymore. And hope that you can hear me. I'm not sure how to fix it. Give me a second. Well, what I heard, folks, was when I tried my thing, I could hear you. I could hear myself. So I hope you're hearing my songs. We'll have to see what I can do about fixing this the next time. Let me double check. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, I can hear myself, so I'm going to keep playing, folks, and hope that somebody's listening at the very least. Starting that song over. Sorry about the Frozen. So sorry about the Frozen video. We'll have to sort that out with the folks here at Big Heavy World. But you can hear me. Then I'm going to play my songwriter raw. There's flooding in Japan, wildfires in the west. The prime minister's in trouble. The nominee has been guessed. The blasphemy in the Philippines and a sultan back in power. Questions about the borders, man. Hate is in full flower. This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? There's kids inside of cages because they crossed the line to the land of the free. Like pearls cast before swine, there's protests and complaints. Well, get out of your bed before they catch you sleeping. The lights are flashing red. This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? They're shooting in the churches, nothing is sacred anymore. And all the whole world over, there's nothing but the war. There's a little village, a place that won't survive. Say hello to your friends now while they are still alive. 'Cause this is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? This is a time for revolution and a time to right the wrongs. Which side are you on? Right or wrong? Well, okay. So this is a little unnerving that there's no. So I want to again apologize if anybody's tuned in for the Frozen video. There's supposed to be moving motion video of me playing, but if you can hear me, which it seems like you can from what I'm getting when I check it on the app, then hopefully you're tuned in and still listening. It'd be nice if somebody, if you want to, I'm going to refresh this page. Maybe if somebody's added something to the chat, I can see it. I'm going to switch guitars again, though. And so give me a moment, folks. You can't see me. I'm going to keep talking now. Since you can't see me moving around because of this frozen webcam. So I'm going to redo this. I'm going to be doing another one on Thursday night, folks. I'm going to use a different camera, I think. Different camera setup. So we're going to get this all sorted out so that there's motion picture, full motion picture. But for now, consider it a radio show and that a strange um, thumbnail that you get to watch there. So I was going to show off this lovely guitar I've got here, which you might have heard me clanging with. This is a guitar my mentor Rik Palieri. Again, I want to thank him for everything he's done for me. He's loaned this to me for a good long period of time. I got to get it back to him. But before I get it back to him, I wanted to play it for you, and he said I could. It's in a beautiful sound. Yeah, he really is. Rik's done a whole lot for me, including working with me to make a new album that was released in October called Folk Talk, A Guide to Traditional Folk Music, Volume 1. And we call it Volume 1 because we had so much fun. We know we're going to do another one. And so he, just being around him and doing a radio show with Rik, which you might recognize my voice since you can't see me. Oh, you can see my picture. You might recognize my voice as the co-host of Folk Talk with Rik Palieri that you can hear on Folk Music Notebook on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. And yeah, Rik, during the process of doing that show with him, I've learned a lot about folk music that I didn't know, and including getting to hang out with Rik and learn songs from him, and also borrow instruments from him, like this beautiful resonator guitar, which he's loaned me for a long time, and it's helped me learn a lot about open tunings, which I've just been getting into in the last year, and also learn a bunch of folk songs. So here, let's do a traditional song. This is I think you'll know this one, my version of it at least. It could have been early in the morning, it could have been late at night, but Staggerly and Billy Lion had a great big fight. It was all about that big old Stetson hat. Billy Lee said to Staggerly, Staggerly said Billy, let me get that right. You know I can't set with that. I just done won all your money in your great big Stetson hat. But it was a bad man, that cruel old Staggerly. Staggerly, cried Billy, please don't take my life. I got 2 little children and a young and a lovely wife. He was a bad man. He was cruel old Staggerly. Staggerly shot Billy. He shot that boy so bad, the bullets went right through Billy, broke the bartender's looking glass. He was a bad man, but a good shot, that cruel old Staggerly. You go down to St. Louis, you hang out with that 400 club, you met every foot, you be stepping in Billy D. Lion's blood. It's a bad man that did that, that cruel old Staggerly. Love the way this guitar sounds, yeah. In fact, I liked it so much, I wrote another song. This song is about a giant hole in the center of Burlington, Vermont, put there by basically greedy developers and over solicitous city officials. It's called The Big Hole. Hopefully it tells a little bit of the story. All right. I'm going to keep it going here. I'm checking the comments. I'm glad people are listening. So again, this is The Big Hole. There's a big hole in the ground in the middle of downtown. There's a hole, big hole in the ground. Used to be a neighborhood here. It's been gone now many a year. There's a hole, big hole in the ground. They built a shopping mall right on time. They put all crosstown traffic to a stop. There's a hole big hole in the ground. Then they tore that white elephant down. Now there's a hole in the middle of town. There's a big hole in the ground. There's a hole where your vision ought to be. You see a hole and you go plant a money tree. They was gonna build real tall, but now nothing's being built at all. There's a hole, big hole in the ground. Those money men say they're gonna keep on trying, but we can tell their lips move when they're lying. There's a hole, big hole in the ground. Mr. Moneybags, you hear what I say? The real hole is inside your head. There's a hole, big hole in your head. You have no soul, so you have no art. Yes, there's a hole where you should have a heart. There's a hole, big hole in your heart. Your idea of the American dream is enough to make a dreamer scream. There's a hole, big hole in your dream. And you know what else I do believe is true? That's just where we are to bury you. In a hole, big hole in the ground. A hole in the ground. Oh, yeah. I love the way this guitar sounds so much. Hey, folks, if you can still hear me, someone and anyone's watching, please send me another chat saying, I can hear you, keep going, because that would be cool. Looks like 3 minutes ago, Jordan's still with me. So, Jordan, if you can tell me if I gotta refresh. Might want to refresh. See, what's with that? Oh, right. Gotta scroll down, refresh. Let's see if there's anything in the last 2 minutes. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Anyway, I'm gonna play another song on this. And it's going to involve so we got the resonator, the harmonica, C harmonica, the slide, and finger picking happening all at once, folks. I don't know. Hope that's folky enough for y'all. Right on. This is the title track of my own Common Man Blues. It's called Common Man Blues. Woo, let's get that right. I'm just a man, a common man, singing that common man blues. I work so hard, I work so hard. I work both night and day to make some bread, to make some bread. Yeah, I take whatever day will pay. Cause I'm just a man, a common man. I'm singing that common man blues. It will be hard, it will be hard. But hard is just what we do. We can endure, we can endure. Yeah, the best way out is always through. Just a man, just a common man. But I'm singing that common man blues. Yeah, I know what I'm asking. Are you all like me? But none of us has time to escape the rising sea. The time has come. The time has come. Yeah, the time has come for the people to rise and make it right. Let's make it right so we can look into our kids' eyes. But I'm just a man, a common man, and I'm singing that common man blues. I'm just a man, a common man, and I'm singing that common man blues. That was messy, but fun. All right. Let's put this harmonica down for a while and this resonator. Thanks again to Rik Palieri for loaning me his beautiful resonator guitar. Wow. Thanks, Rick. Again, I got to write songs on this, got to learn G tuning on this. And can't thank you enough. I really can't. And I'm going to switch back over to a regular guitar here. So I don't think you can see me, but you can still hear me, I believe. I'm going to keep talking so you don't think I've vanished on you. And thank you if folks are tuned in. Thank you. Or watching later. Thank you very much. Although why you would, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep going. This is, another song from the new album. It's a little odder than, and not quite so pointed. But yeah, well, we'll just play it and see what you think. Hopefully you'll like it. This is from the album The Lighthouse, and this song is called Israfil, Come Blow Your Horn. I woke up this morning feeling so bad, I called Israfil to come blow his horn. Wherever I looked, people made me so mad, I called Israfil to come blow his horn. Doing the things they know they shall not, I called Israfil to come blow his horn. Losing my patience at them losing the plot, I called Israfil to come blow his horn. Now Israfil can really play, especially on Judgment Day. And when he gets to blowing that horn, well, let's just say that you've been warned. Never listen to a word I say. Israfil, come blow your horn. Talking out the back of their heads. Israfil, come blow your horn. Do things they know they shall not. Israfil, come blow your horn. I'm losing my patience and I'm losing the plot. Israfil, come blow your horn. Now Israfil can really play, especially on Judgment Day. And when he gets to blowing that horn. Well, let's just say that you've been warned. A boy fell down upon his knee. It's Raphael, come blow your horn. Said, Father, won't you help them, please? It's Raphael, come blow your horn. I just smiled and I said no. It's Raphael, come blow your horn. And besides, this cat can really blow. It's Raphael, come blow your horn. Now, it's Raphael can really play, especially on Judgment Day. And when he gets to blowing that horn, well, let's just say, man, you've been warned. It's Raphael, come blow your horn. Oh, funny little song there. Let's bring, and you might have detected the kazoo, since again the video does not appear to be live. Um, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's listening, but if you're listening to my frozen image, I hope you're listening. Here we go. This is another song from Common Man Blues. This is called Across the Desert Sand. Hold on, let's get this in the correct order. Yeah, tuned up. Okay, Across the Desert Sand from Common Man Blues. We walk across the desert sand, and all we own is in our hands. We are now refugees of war and poverty, and of the changes in the land. The mountain snows have gone, the lake did not last long. We walk across the desert sand. We farmed and fished upon the plains, and in the forest hunted game. The forest now is gone, the fish no longer spawn. The crops all fail for lack of rain. Mountains, the fish no there's right. The crops all fail for lack of rain. I got lost, folks. But then the soil returns to dust. The wind begins to gust. The farms are dust upon the plains. We have no food to eat at all, no one to help that we could call. Men with guns, they came, took all the food away. Listen to the children bawl. So it's come to be, we're climate refugees. We see the writing on the wall. We walk across the desert sand. We walk across the desert sand. We walk across the desert sand. Across the desert sand. Okay. All right, let's try taking this harmonica off, and let's you know what, I'm going to play a different instrument that I brought. I might as well play it for at least one or two songs, which many folk people are interested in, and I do a number of songs on it. I write a lot of tunes on the ukulele, and hopefully you can hear that. I'm going to make a plea for, you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to refresh, check my comments, see if this, check the stream and see if I'm still audible on the stream, just to make sure I'm not battling into the blackness. I'm going to start with that. Just give me a sec and see where I'm at. Oh yeah, there I am. Okay. Hey man, anybody want to let me know how it's going? Send me another comment. Please do so. If you're enjoying this, or if you're still with me. I'm going to play a song from my last album. Rik Palieri was kind enough to sing on my album Calm Man Blues. It's a song I wrote at the Old Songs Festival, right after a big rainstorm on a Sunday afternoon. While I was, basically right after it, everybody popped out of their vehicles, and all the banjos and fiddles and everything came right out. And so I wrote this song right then. It's called. It's dedicated to all the people who love folk music and all kinds of roots music that much. It's called We Don't Know Any Better. We don't know any better. We just like the way it sounds. We can't help but to love it till the chorus comes around. And when the pickers get to picking, we get up and we get down. We don't know any better. We just like the way it sounds. Hear the sound of that old-time music. Some kid picking on an old guitar, finding the words, trying to be heard. He's always been told, stop wishing on a star. But he ain't in it for the money. We ain't in it for the fame. Smoking hot licks and some politics, and a singable cars is the name of this game. We don't know any better. We just like the way it sounds. We can't help but to love it till the chorus comes around. And when the pickers come to picking, we get up and we get down. We don't know any better. We just like the way it sounds. Now hear the sound of them old-time folkies talking about the times they went to jail. The country needed fixing, getting rid of Nixon. They marched that fella out of town on a railway. Now we are in trouble again, and it's even worse than it was before. Some love to hate, but love trumps hate. So let's sing a chorus when we show them to the door. We don't know any better. We just like the way it sounds. We can't help but to love it when the chorus comes around. And when the pickers get to picking, we get up and we get down. We don't know any better. We just like the way it sounds. Hear the sound of that old-time fiddle, guitar, mandolins, and fiddlers too. We like to jam anywhere we can. This here's an open stage, let's hear a song from you. Sometimes we begin to question, like when the rain come pouring down, why are we here when we could be there? It comes back to us when we hear this sound. We sing, we don't know any better, we just like the way it sounds. We can't help but to love it when the chorus comes around. And when the pickers get to picking, we get up and we get down. We don't know any better, we just like the way it sounds. We don't know any better, we just like the way it sounds. Okay, ukulele, kazoo, and whistle thing, sound effect. And I think we have time for one more song. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this song, which I really like. I'm going to have to quickly change my harmonica, however. So I think we'll have time. I want to thank the Folk Alliance. I want to thank anybody who's actually tuned in to this Frozen, to the Frozen video, Jason Baker's Frozen video stream. Yeah, I'm glad the audio is still working, if at least for me. So hopefully it's working for some people, and someone's listening, and someone's enjoying it, and up late and having fun. I'm gonna fix the tuning on this. This is switching to this Yamaha that you see in the picture, which is tuned to that open tuning given to me by Paul Lotta Jones and cabled up to the 7th fret, since you can't see it. And I'm playing cross harp and D on it. Again, for those who are keeping track at home. All right, I'm gonna try and get this in before the end of the show. This is a song from my album, The Lighthouse. You can find it online. Please check out that album and Folk Talk, a guide to traditional folk music, volume 1 that I did with Rik Palieri. 2 albums I was able to record last year. Again, The Lighthouse, Jason Baker, and then with Rik Palieri, the Folk Talk. This is a little further down the road. No one knows what comes next. What comes next is anyone's guess. Guessing is uncertain, can't look behind the curtain. Answers lie around the bend, although the questions never end. There is a sign you will decode. A little further down the road. A little further down the road. Things don't change on their own. Gotta push, that much is known. And if we push together, it all could be much better. Answers lie around the bend, although the questions never end. We remove that heavy load. A little further down the road. A little further down the road. Memories are all we've got. Missing everyone a lot. But nothing lasts forever, and we will be together. Answers lie around the bend, although the questions never end. May we be returned to the love we showed. A little further down the road, we will be together. A little further down the road, we will be together. A little further down the road, we will be together a little further down the road. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to sign off. Hope you have a good rest of your folk unlocked. I'll be back on Thursday night at 1 a.m. Thursday morning, 1 a.m. Wednesday night, whatever you want to call it. Maybe with a stream that actually works with video. Thanks, folks.